around?
What year?
Yes,
Wait.
about what year?
It was my first grade.
Your first grade?
Was back, yeah, my first grade. I went in when I was 7 years.
Well, what do you remember about Houston, about
Mhm.
when you were there?
I remember so much memories that of our teachers. My teachers were very kind, they were very lovable, very helpful, very professional. They were very, very professional, and I remember them. They loved me. It was an awesome teachers at that time.
Um, who was exactly the principal at your time? Who was the principal of the school when you attended? If you can remember.
No, I don't remember.
Can't remember?
The only person that I can remember is the counselor, which was Miss Munoz
Miss Munoz.
back then. But the principal, not really. No, that he came in like around in 5th grade later. But we could say Mr. Aguirre. Yeah, Mr. Aguirre.
Mr. Aguirre.
Yeah, Mr. Aguirre.
What school did you attend after you left Houston?
Okay, I stood there at Houston until I went to 8th grade, because it used to be elementary and middle school. So it was from 1st grade to 8th grade, and then after to high school, I went to Austin High.
Okay. Do you know any legends or history about Houston that could be useful for my project?
Well, the name Houston, he was named after the
Earl Sam Houston?
University of Houston. Yeah. So it was history school. That's why they didn't want to close it, because it's history.
Okay.
Like Austin High, Austin too. So.
Did you remember any ghost stories that were told around Houston? Any ghost stories, legends?
I heard that the basement where we had the 8th graders classes, I had heard that something was down there. Mysteries. But I would never try to believe in it, because I'm a scary person. So that would hurt me just to think about it. But like, they would say, like, at night they would hear stuff. The janitors would hear stuff down there. Sometimes, just noises, just like they were cleaning a room and they would just hear something that, he was the only person there, so it was things that unexpectedly came up.
Is it true that Houston was a hospital before it became a school?
Mm-hmm.
True?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know anyone who is famous that went to Houston? Anyone who was famous or popular?
No.
One?
Really? No.
Okay. Who were exactly your favorite teachers in this school?
Okay. My favorite teacher was my 1st grade teacher.
First grade?
Mm-hmm, my favorite. And then I had a science teacher. Her name was Miss. She was my very, very teacher. I think it was Arellano, her name. Arellano. And then I had a math teacher too. It was Mr. Franco. Mr. Franco was a military teacher.
Military?
Military teacher.
So veteran, what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was a very firm, because I recall very clearly that there was this, like, always one student or the other, they're very bad. I remember because he used a paddle, a wooden paddle, to discipline those students at that time. And I very clearly, he would always get disciplined with that paddle. So by that time, they used the paddles to discipline the students. they wouldn't send them to the principal or the counselor. They would take in charge the students.
What did you think when they were going to close down the school and rename it Sunset High?
I got sad. I didn't want them to do it because it was history and there was my middle school and elementary school, so I got sad. I was looking, I didn't want them to close it at all.
Okay.
Because it was part of my life.
What did you think about Houston? What did you thought of it?
When they were going to close it?
No, what did you thought of it before it was closing?
It was too bad that they did it. Because it was a nice building, nice area. I mean, history was there. Memories were there of my time at that, when I went there. Because I did my 82, 81, 80, 79. Actually, I graduated in 8th grade on 78. 77, 78. That was my 8th grade. 8th grade.
Were there any special events that happened in Houston that you remember? Any special events?
No, not really.
Really? Okay. Well, that's it for the questions. Do you have anything else you want to say about Houston? Or is that it?
Well, I just hope they would reopen the school. They reuse the school as a El Paso Independent School. Because it's a nice school. I would support it. I would really do something for them to keep it open. And because simply it's very centered, there's a lot of kids, so I would really love to see it reopen. Because every time that I pass, like my mom lives here, so sometimes I just pass through and it looks sad, just being closed. No, there's no life there.
It already has said that it already opened back, but at Sunset High, where it is now used as a continuation school for dropouts, students who got kicked out. What do you have to say in that matter?
Well, at least they're using it. For students, I think it's good because it's a pretty building. It's four floors, so it's awesome. The building, the structure, the everything that is there. So it's good.
Okay.
I would support it.
All right. Well, that's it.
Okay.